Okay, so like we all know peer pressure,
Right.
right? Like it's that thing, especially when you're younger, where it feels like everyone's watching you, judging you. But it doesn't magically disappear when you get older.
It can definitely stick around. And like understanding how to deal with that pressure, especially when it's negative, can be so crucial.
Yeah. And that's what we're diving into today. How to handle like negativity and even bullying, using some advice from Navigating the Social Maze, a guide for teens.
So it's good.
So there's a guide, use this example of a kid named Alan, right? And Alan gets this new hairstyle, feels great about it. And then, bam, he overhears some classmates making fun of it.
Oof. I feel for Alan. That's rough.
Right. It's like that classic high school nightmare scenario. But honestly, I feel like most of us have felt that kind of sting, like even as adults.
Totally. Like that judgment, exclusion, it can really get to you.
Exactly. So what does the guide say?
Well, the first thing they say is like, find someone you trust, someone you can talk to.
Right, like a friend, family member, maybe even a teacher.
Yeah, anyone you feel comfortable opening up to. And that's because talking about it can really help you process what happened and how you're feeling.
Because like sometimes just saying it out loud can make it feel less overwhelming.
Right. And not only that, it also helps you get some much needed perspective.
Like a trusted friend can remind you that the bullies are being jerks, not you.
Exactly. And, you know, they might even be able to offer some advice.
Ooh, yeah. Or even step in and help you, like, talk to a teacher or something.
Yeah. Sometimes having someone else on your side can make a big difference. Even just knowing you have someone in your corner can make you feel more confident.
Okay, so talking it out.
Yeah.
Definitely a good first step. What else?
Okay, next up, assertive communication.
Ooh, now that sounds interesting. I'm guessing that doesn't mean like yelling at the bullies or anything.
No, not at all. It's more about standing up for yourself, but in a calm and clear way.
Okay. Like what?
So, like in Alan's case, the guide suggests he could say something like, "Hey, I overheard what you said about my hair. It hurt my feelings. I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk about me like that."
Okay, so it's like you're acknowledging how their words made you feel and setting a boundary.
Exactly. And it's not about, you know, winning an argument or being aggressive. It's about expressing your needs respectfully.
And even like showing them that their words have an impact.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes that can be enough to make them think twice next time.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So talk to someone, stand up for yourself. What's the final piece of advice?
Find your tribe. Or, you know, maybe not a literal tribe, but like find your people.
Oh, you mean find activities and spaces where you feel accepted and celebrated for who you are.
Yep. It could be a club, a sport, a hobby, whatever it is. When you're surrounded by people who get you, that pressure to conform to like negative influences really loses its power.
Right. Like, remember that time I wore that ridiculous neon green sweater because everyone else was doing it?
Oh.
I wish I had known about finding my tribe back then. Because then I would have known that there are people out there who appreciate my fashion choices, even if they're not neon green.
Exactly. And it ties back to what we were saying earlier about belonging. Like when you're surrounded by positive people, negative peer pressure doesn't have the same pull anymore.
Totally. So let's do a quick recap. Talk to someone you trust, stand your ground with assertive communication, and find your people. Boom. 3 powerful tools to combat negativity, no matter your age.
Exactly. Those are great takeaways for anyone. And maybe to leave our listeners with something to think about. Remember a time you felt pressured to conform.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, how might you have handled it differently?
Ooh, that's a good one. All right, that's all for today's deep dive, folks. Thanks for joining us.